Hello, you guys. My name is Vanessa, and this is my official RN testimony video, which I'm very excited to share, and I'm going to try and keep it as short and sweet as possible. So to start off, I'll let you guys know a little bit about me. I am a repeat test taker. I retook it right around my birthday time. Well, I took it for the first time right around my birthday. What a mistake that was. Mistake number one. Mistake number two was I used UWorld, and the thing was, with that process, I did it a lot with a group of friends. I didn't really have that study time to myself, which I think greatly affected my performance. When I did my first exam, I actually went through about 445 questions in about 2.5 hours. So when I tell you guys I sped through it, I studied the day before, and all in all, I did not prepare as well as I should, and I was not in the right mindset. I was in too much of a rush. I saw way too many people passing and figured, I can do this, what's so hard? And was a little bit too overconfident and ended up not being very successful in that go around. Immediately, I emailed the recruiter for the job that I had. I wasn't able to start at the date that I wanted to. My hopes were really down, but I signed up the next day for a new test, and I said, you know what, we're gonna go into this one with a whole different mindset, and it's gonna be great. So once again, I bought UWorld, which when I finally saw Mo's webinar, I had seen it, caught my attention because the first thing on my Facebook was like, did you fail your NCLEX? And of course, I'm like, oh, yes, I did. So I watched it, and he talked about, the free algorithm to passing NCLEX on your very next attempt. So I said, what do I have to lose? Let me try it. So I signed up for the webinar, went in the next day, and going through it, he sold me. I figured even if it is a little bit of money, I'd rather pay this for a lifelong subscription, and this money I can get paid back when I actually do succeed and become an RN and start making my money like I've been planning to all along. So it 100% seemed worth it to me. And oh my goodness, I really invested every single minute I had for the next 3.5 weeks to when my test was scheduled to making sure I embraced everything Mo said, really went through the review. I did the self-paced virtual program, so I really made sure that every morning I woke up, I watched at least 2 episodes. I'd go to work, I'd come home after work, I'd have his voice in my head all the time saying, just one more episode, just one more episode. So I'd come home, watch another episode, and all in all, it almost seemed like I was seeing my friend every single day. Like, I feel very comfortable, and I was ready for every single day to have my review with Mo, who, even when I reached out to him on Instagram, he'd reach right back out to me back. And even when I posted my final I'm an RN posting on Instagram, he commented, and I was like, wow, like I know him and he actually knows me. And that was such a good feeling to finally have the fact that I wasn't just a person or, like another, like just someone else to buy the program. He actually knew who I was, and now he can hear my journey as well. One thing too that Mo always said that stuck with me was, you're going to have obstacles along your way. That's why you got to be persistent about staying on top of your videos every single day, which I definitely had some challenges thrown at me in the last week of my studying. I thought I got COVID for a minute, so I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I move my test? And I got tested, and I was tested negative, so I was like, nope, we're still good. 2 days before my exam, we had a little family emergency too. My sister got into a very bad car accident, and I ended up spending my whole last study day in the hospital. And of course, all I kept thinking was, I need to move my exam. Like, what am I going to do? But I said, you know what, Vanessa? Nurses are meant to deal with the unthinkable sometimes, and sometimes we have to deal with pressure. And what am I going to do? Keep pushing my exam, pushing it, and never take it? No. I was like, I need to trust myself. I need to trust what Mo's been telling me. I've been listening to him this whole time. Why should I have any doubt in myself now? So I kept my exam. Things were finally looking up. I wasn't sick. My sister was okay, and she's home with us now, thank God. And I said, I'm going to pass this exam for her. And I did exactly that. My next day, I didn't study at all. I went on my hour-long walk. I talked myself up. I said, Vanessa, you are not leaving that exam until you're not leaving that testing room without your exam. I took my time. I when it was time for my test in the morning, I actually like did myself up, you know, in my head, look good, feel good. And I couldn't have done that without Mo. I believe so strongly in this program. The review was spot on point, and I was so happy that I had him on my side with me. And everything, you know, I thought it was the end of the world when I failed at first, and I said, you know what, everything happens for a reason, and I really do feel like it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe I wasn't ready to start the hospital right away, and now I'm actually going to start teching soon in the meantime to get familiar with the environment, which I feel like is exactly what I needed. So I'm very happy to proudly call myself a licensed registered nurse and a successful alpha slicer. And, you know, to anyone else who's a repeat test taker, don't lose hope. Listen to Mo and have faith and have trust in yourself, because if you have that, you will succeed 100%, and that's all I have to say about that. So thank you, Mo. Thank you to the Alpha Sites family, and best of luck to everybody else.